The Roshani Technology Foundation is a beacon of hope, created to empower lives through innovation and education. With technology as our tool and collaboration as our strength, we aim to bridge gaps and build dreams at length. Guided by the wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita, we focus on action, not just the reward, creating a future where every effort is honored. Through partnerships with leading institutions, we foster learning and inspire growth, lighting the path toward a world where progress and purpose go hand in hand. With unwavering determination, we've built a 2,000 square feet institute on our farmland to transform the lives of over 350 widowed women and countless unemployed youth in our village. Leveraging our extensive experience of placing more than 50,000 students in multinational companies, we offer free vocational training to equip individuals with the skills needed for well-paying jobs. This institute is more than just a training center. It's a beacon of hope, inspiring self-reliance and purpose in those who have lost hope. Despite challenges like limited resources and our remote location, we remain committed to fostering progress, dignity, and lasting change through community support and CSR initiatives. Together, we aim to rewrite the narrative of our village and create brighter, sustainable futures for all. Saturday Evening Talk, where ideas ignite and conversations spark. The Saturday Evening Talk, SET, is a unique platform for curious minds to explore diverse topics, from technology and science to philosophy, culture, and personal growth. Every Saturday from 7 to 8 p.m., thought leaders and experts share insights in a hybrid format. Live at Roshani Technology Park and via Zoom. This free initiative, driven by Roshani's vision, fosters learning and innovation without financial transactions or formalities. Participants will also receive certificates of participation featuring the logos of all the supporting prestigious organizations: the Institution of Engineers, Vadodara Chapter; Computer Society of India, Baroda; Baroda Productivity Council, Baroda Information and Technology Association, BITA; HR Milestone, the Indian Institution of Architects, Baroda Chapter; the Amtron Foundation Indian Society for Training and Development, ISTD. Join us for inspiring discussions, expert talks, and meaningful connections in an open, collaborative space. Spark ideas, gain recognition, and be part of a movement shaping the future. Invite your friends and be a part of this exciting journey.
For 15 years, Roshani Technology Park has been a second home to 1,200 beloved seniors, offering free space, joy, and digital empowerment. From Sunday gatherings to visiting old age homes, we bridge generations with technology and love. A heartfelt thanks to Linde Company. Your donated computers are not just machines but lifelines reconnecting hearts. Together, we illuminate digital lives and keep connections alive.
Every first Sunday of the month, from 9:30 a.m. to 12 p.m., Roshani Technology Park, in collaboration with the Circulation Trust, hosts free health initiatives to support our community. These include the distribution of nutritional supplements for individuals managing diabetes, high blood pressure, heart conditions, and cholesterol. We also organize free medical checkup camps, blood donation drives, and consultations with expert doctors to address various health concerns, all at no cost. Our mission is to ensure accessible healthcare for everyone, empowering our community to lead healthier and happier lives. Meet the visionaries shaping the future of technology. Mr. Deepak Shah, the driving force behind Roshani Technologies PVT Limited, a leader in CAD/CAM innovation. Mr. Shailesh Shah, a tech powerhouse, Senior Technical Director at NIC, shaping India's digital landscape under the Ministry of Electronics and IT. Ms. Ujala Shah, the tech strategist and innovator, leading as Technical Director at Roshani Technologies PVT Ltd. Nachiket Shah is the founder of Roshani Technology Foundation and a key leader at Roshani Technologies PVT Limited. He is also the co-convener at IND Genius Vadodara. With a strong vision for technological advancement, he has been instrumental in driving innovation, education, and industry collaborations in CAD CAM BIM, AI/ML, IoT, and digital transformation. His contributions extend to skill development, startup incubation, and large-scale.
The Roshani Technology Foundation is a beacon of
people who do not know anything or card yet but knows Excel. Without wasting any time further, let us jump to the subject. Let us welcome our today's speaker, Mr. Pujan. Over to speaker, Mr. Pujan.
Thank you so much for sharing my introductions to the Deepak sir. Shall we move to the Power BI slides?
Yeah, wait a minute. Just a minute.
Okay.
You want to see the screen now?
Not yet.
Now?
No, PPT has been not shared. Yes, now I can able to see the screen. Shall I start?
Yeah, start.
Okay, thank you. Today's topic of the agenda of Power BI is what is Power BI, who needs the Power BI, key benefits of Power BI, why choose the Power BI, components of Power BI, architect of Power BI, building blocks of Power BI, types of Power BI service are available, and steps to create the dashboards. Shall we move to the other? Can you please share the another screen? What is Power BI? It's an interactive dashboard visualization software product. It can be used by the Microsoft, mainly focus of the BI, business intelligence, Microsoft platforms, which can be used to clean and summarize and filter the data into the visual formats. These are the components, like example I have mentioned, it's Power Query, Power Pivot, Power View, Power BI Desktop, Power BI Gateway, Power BI Mobile Apps, and Power BI Service. All things can be explained the components of Power BI in the upcoming slides.
So what he is going to do is basically tell you the interface, where it is being used, and then some of the things which will be shown today. And we will have a series, because in 1 hour this cannot be covered. So we will have a series of session. So the people who has missed first one will look at the recording and then attend the second lecture. So maybe in another 4 sessions, we will ensure that the people who would like to work with the Power BI, and with the help of this session, he will be able to get reasonable expertise to work on the Power BI.
Who needs Power BI? Why the developer? Developer means that they can build and customize the Power BI reports and dashboards and integration in very manner way. Why IT professionals? We have the manage the data connection, security, and Power BI deployment. Like we can only deploy this report directly to the clients on their servers. Why subject matter expertise? We need to validate the data experts. Another than we need provide the company specific insights. Why BI? BI has the knowledge of all the company new products. Like he need to analyze, create the report, and support the decision making. If someone else make some product, BI is required how we can deliver to the client in such a manner that it need to be driven in the decision making power. How the product can be sell, how the margin, how need to set, we use the BI in that. Key benefits is are like a dashboards and report from sales, real-time dashboard updates is secure live connection to your data source on the premises. In that we can have the some prime Power BI gateway. We keep our data on the clouds and we do not need to move from any other way. We directly give to the client. The client can access this database on that. It is a fast deployment integrated with the familiar Microsoft product to utilize the commitment for the sales and intuitive data exploratory using a natural language query. Exploratory, it is a EDA part. Like we need to clean, transform, and then we need to deliver to the client. That there is a no duplicate in that. Shall we move to the another slide?
Yeah, 1 minute. There is a guy who has just raised a question.
Okay.
What is that natural language query?
It is a natural language query means natural language is the simplest language that anyone can do the in the Excel we cannot do we need to add the script for the remove duplicate in that in the Power BI it is a remove duplicate button we directly do that.
So basically, you don't have to remember the formula and the syntax for writing the command to the software. In a natural language query, basically, you can use your own English and probably software understand that English, interpret and execute the query for you. So that is basically an easy way of working. So the guy who doesn't understand the syntax of giving a command or the grammar of giving a command to the software, he is able to work. And the biggest advantage of Power BI is it has got so many pre-built dashboards and the reports. So even if you are not an expert, you can pick up the dashboard of the reports which has been generated by someone, and in that you just push your data and your dashboard is ready. So the dashboard is what? See, basically through cloud, suppose you have got a 10 locations and the data is basically generated at 10 different locations. So this dashboard, let's say that Mr. Pujan is a boss. So when he is sitting on his machine, the people at 10 different locations keep on updating the data on their own. And from those 10 different locations, the data comes at the Pujan's desktop and he is able to see the dashboard and the updated data. So that is basically what happens. Let's imagine the case where the person, minister sitting at Gandhinagar, he want to find out the drinkable water in Gujarat. So the water availability at the various locations, if somebody fit in a particular Excel format, then and whatever is the consumption of the water on a daily basis. So every day the minister at Gandhinagar will be able to see that what is the drinkable water available in Gujarat and which place has got the excess water, which place has got a less amount of water, and he is able to what I want to say that move the water from one place to another place. Yeah.
Yes, shall we move to the another slide?
So this, when I say that deployment means, suppose you take the Power BI and you are able to make use of it on the very first day. Means this software doesn't require much training. With little training, you should be able to work. So if you are familiar with a typical Microsoft product, I think that you should be able to make use of it.
In that fast deployment is that we can use the DevOps CI/CD pipeline in the Azure, so there is a fast deployment on that side, on the Azure cloud and AWS Amazon services. Why choose the Power BI? Main function is that fast answer to business queries. The BI can give the answers to the business query to the customer on the first. Then we need to analyze the real time, enable the real time analysis with the quick navigations, like how quickly we can resolve the answer to the clients, identify the cross selling, upselling opportunity. In our product, there is a decreasing fall. How we can improve and sell to the customers as now as the product base. Reduce the risk of the bottlenecks. Help help you know your business better. In which we knew our business in a better way by taking the feedbacks from of the customers and clients and improve the decision making. We have the team. How the team can make the decision better and make our products executed in the market in proper manners. These are the system why we choose the path. Why choose the Power BI? This is a real-time auto searching capability in our dashboard. If the customer has select order some product, and we can calculate directly on that basis, advanced analytics and enterprise ready. And real time in which product are basically on the trends. The user can search and directly they can see that searching capabilities in that. In the component of Power BI. In that, what is the Power Query? Power BI, this is a flow that Power Query in which the Excel data can be put. Then we can go to the Power Pivot, Power Query line, Power View, Power Map, data calculate, data management. Gateway means the Power BI gateway. You need to keep your data fresh. We do not need to move it. It allow you to access in a quick large data sets and benefit with the existing investment. For a Power BI question answers and Power BI service is nothing that is a online host services on the Azure, on the cloud platforms, that we can show our report and dashboard and share to your members or colleague if you want to do any changes. As of now, for a power view is nothing that we can use a charts data visualization. We can create a chart, bar chart, pie chart. We can also see in that how many terms are quarterly and mensually showing in that form. PowerPoint is nothing that data modeling technology in which they create the relationships from the database. Then we can combine of the Excel data and create the relationship on that part. It is known as the Power Pivot. Power Mobile app is also being used. That Power BI mobile app.
Okay. So anybody who has used the Excel pivot table, he knows that the amount of efforts and the expertise you require to create a pivot table. And here Power Pivot is very easy and you can do it with few clicks. So
Yes, definitely. I mean, we can use the Power Query like ETL process and data transformation, data preparing engineering. As of now, that we can also use to clean and summarize and filter the data in a table. And component of Power BI main definition is that different tool and a service used in the Power BI to provide the functionalities of the different processing and visualizations. Only key for our focus is how Power Desktop is used for creation of the reports. It's an example of the component of Power BI.
So there is a power map. So basically what happens when the data is generated or when the data is available, you must know that which location the data is. Let's say that for electricity board, they want to find out that they want to open up a new office of Gujarat Electricity Board. Want to open up a new office. So they want to open an office near to the place where their consumptions or the consumers are paying more than 5,000 rupees electricity bill every month. So if you see the Excel sheet, he will not be able to find out in which location it is, this data. But when he see it on a map, let's say the map of Baroda, so he sees that which are the locations where more people are there paying, see, 5,000 and more rupees as the electricity bill. Similarly, when you see the India map and you see the clouds, so you know that the rain is going to be in Gujarat or rain is going to be in Maharashtra, which location. If I tell you only one Excel file, you will not be able to make anything. So the Power BI helps you to integrate the data over the map, and it has got the inbuilt certain database available, and you can make use of that data. So that is basically what Power Map is. Next.
In the architect of Power BI, it means how the structure and flow of data in the Power BI is a definition of architect. How's the purpose? Purpose is mean to explain how the data move from a source to the reports. Another data from the SQL server is an example. Data from the SQL server to the Power BI Viva gateway. Like in the Power BI, there is a one gateway of the premises when the data is coming. Is the main perspective. What the extract transform load means? It is the clean Power query means we need to clean, summarize, and filter the data in the table base. Then it goes to the warehouse. Then we can load the data and use. As so the developer can visualize the data and make the report like the is one's Donald chart of the pie chart, bar chart, and mobile view. We can also use the reporting. As of now, scorecard like yellow, green, and red color will be seen, and the business user can be seen in the highlighted form. The dates we can use. These are person they can also see the how the graph is moving up and down in that purpose. We can access the data like CVC file, Excel, TAT, and PDF file. There are also many ways like SQL. We can also show in the live of the Power BI dashboard.
So it is nicely depicted on this particular screen that there are various databases available and there are various tools and various files are available. You can extract the data from there and load it into a data warehouse. So data warehouse will have a data from various sources, and then Power BI will extract the information in the form of reporting or in the form of dashboard or maybe give you some graphs. So this is a beautiful and very easy way of working with the software?
It is a building block of the Power BI. Fundamental concept of this how you used to create the reports. Like in the report, we can also use the KPI measures, bar chart, pie chart, donut chart, power maps. In the power map, as per the Deepak sir suggests, we can also use a location, the filtering of the name. As for an example, someone name is Jai. He can also filter the Jai data in give the location, how many sales product are given there. You can also give the titles in the starting, the sales product, sales dashboard, finance dashboards. In the dashboard, there is a single page collection of the visual from a reports. Report means a collection of visual from data sets spanning one or more page. In the report, we can also make one or more page. Firstly, we have to done the visualization, open the data set. If you need to import the SQL database, so it is fine. You can use that. If you want to use the Excel, you can also import that. We can also need to transform and remove the duplicates, change the data type if you want. If you remove the sum column, you can also change the column name. Then we can go to the reports and we can visualize and then make the dashboard and we can give the titles for the same. If someone project name is call center, we can also write the title of call center on that in the single visualization in the dashboard names. There is a main difference. A report is a collection of multiple visual or chart arranged in a specific manner to represent a different finding insight from the data. Customer can see in the report how many the insights and how many findings are given to them. And it's a collection of the report. Dashboard is means. In a multiple visual or chart, if I am sure, no, it is fine for me. You can also go to the next slide. I have shown that page 1 and page 2. Customer can see from this name back and number of call has per month, January, February, March month, how many call has been attended, how many call are rejected, average service rating, average speed of the answering seconds, answer and result area on that.
So this is basically a data of an agency who is basically attending the call of the customer, and he is basically trying to find out that how many calls are received per month, each every month, then how many of them are average satisfaction rating, then how much time normally a person takes to answer a call. So once the call increases, basically you can take a decision to deploy more number of people if you want to reduce the average speed of answering, and likewise. So this is basically a tool which basically helps the management to take a lot of decision, and this comes continuously. This dashboard is basically continuously shown to the top management what how their people are performing in answering the question. So he has shown, see basically what happens, he will open up the software and then he will call the data and he will show you that how this kind of things are basically possible to do it. So first let's look at this. So this is a call center details, how many answered, how many resolved, and each and every agent's satisfaction, how much resolved, how much answers they have given, so number of calls per month. Uh, shall we move to the
Yes, definitely.
software? I'll just change your this thing so that
Yeah, I can share this.
yeah, 1 minute. Just a minute.
Okay.
Share your screen. So this is a typical screen of, just show from the Excel how you open the Excel and then. Good. Yeah. So you just Pujan is a very senior developer on Power BI. So he basically developed, he do lot of writing programs on Power BI, and he's considered to be one of the expert and most highly certified expert on Power BI. So let him take you through the. Let's open the question. 1 minute. What is use of data if it is not accurate and updated? Yes, if it is not accurate, if it is not updated, it's not a data. It will not really help. So if you put garbage in, you get garbage out. So Power BI cannot help you unless you give him a proper, accurate data. Power BI cannot generate the reports. So software never do a miracle. It has to be your data. It has to be accurate. So what he's doing is that there is an Excel file which he is trying to bring into the Power BI. So he will load that Excel file, and this Excel file has got a lot of data of a call center. And by looking at the data, you cannot derive anything. He will say that Deepak has taken a call on so and so time, completed so and so time, and this is the rating of it. So likewise, this data has got yes, no, whether it is being satisfied, not satisfied, who is doing what, you will never know. So this is a call center data which is opening into the Excel file. So if you look at this data, it will tell you that what is the date, what is the time, what is the topic, or what issue he is basically, whether it is answered, whether it is resolved or not, what is the time, and all those things. And various people keep on Greg has work again, Greg, but you don't know that he is performing best by looking at this data. So he has got this data into the Power Query editor. Yes, Pujan. So it supports even the older version. There was a question that does it support the old version data created in the old version of Excel? So yes, it supports. It is not necessary that you should work with the latest version of the Excel. And I think Excel file format has not changed much over a period of time. So I don't think that there is an issue of getting the data into. Two more questions. Please help me with the line to download Power BI. Okay. Link you want to download the Power BI, moving by you just Power BI desktop. I'll share the link. Probably you call me after the session gets over. I'll share you the link. You send. You have received that mail, so you just send a mail on roshni@roshni.net, and what I'll do is I'll send you a link. How you can download the Power BI. Is it okay? Yeah. Any other question till he set his worksheet? So Gobi bhai, you are most welcome. Anytime you can talk to me. I'll send you the link. Yes, Pujan ji. Your is ready.
Shall you please share the screen for the PPT?
You have PPT?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Able to see now? Hello.
Yes, definitely. I am able to see the screen.
This is gone from the screen.
Shall we move ahead? Yeah. Has been shown as per joint visual data.
Okay. You have come to your screen? Okay, fine.
Shall we move to ahead of the report dashboard? Can you please share the screen? Can you move ahead? It is completed from our dashboard part. It is the type of Power BI service are available like Power BI desktop, Power BI app, and Power BI web services. There are three type of Power BI service are available right of now.
So your desktop, your web service, and Power BI.
BI. We have mentioned some concepts in the next slide. Shall we move to the next slide? Is a main function it is mentioned here. In a Power BI desktop is a in the residing on the local system used to build and publish the report. Developer can in the local system they can build and publish. The web service when it is a form of website used to build report, make dashboard, share the report and dashboard with the other users. In which we have seen the call center reports. We can also share to our clients as of now your customer your employer as attend the call this resolve this answer average satisfaction given by the customer is this two of the companies. Power BI app it means the Power BI is used to view and set the report and dashboards. It can view and set the report to the dashboard to the company in the Power BI. You can use in a Windows, iOS, and Macs for that. You can see the report in any way. Main difference between the desktop and web service is it you cannot share the report or dashboard in the desktops. Web service you can share the report and dashboard. We cannot use the desk queries in web service. We can only use in the desktop. Many type of data sources are available. Comparatively less type of data source is available in web services. More features are present but less features. You can apply the relationship between multiple data sources as per the report suggests in the Excel. We have the many database and we have many sheets. We have to compare using the relationships. We cannot do in the web services. We cannot do any relationship in web service. As of now, you can see in the call center, I have made some measures function. It is mentioned in the desktop part only.
So basically, you need desktop and web services both.
Yeah. Steps to create the dashboards. First, we have connect to a data source. Like we have import the Excel data. We can also use the SQL server in that part. Used to use different visual to create a reports. We have seen how right now I have made some call center data. You can see that in the report part. I can also publish the report to the web. Customer can see. I can combine the report or title to make the dashboard. I have made the name of the call center only, and I can set the dashboards. This
So
is how we are creating the dashboards in the Power BI.
correct. So basically, what you do is you have a various type of data, maybe Excel, PDF, whatever, and maybe at the different locations, you connect and bring it into the database of Power BI and use different visual to create a reports. So reports created, you put it at one window there, you create a graph, and all these things basically you publish on the web. And when you are publishing the report on the web, you combine the report and tiling onto a one particular screen. It is just drag and drop. So one graph is there, you put there, and dashboard is ready. And then when somebody make corrections into the data on the data source, your dashboard keep on changing based on the data that you have. And then you can share this dashboard with the various people whom you would like to share. So the data which is existing at the different location, that data is basically combined and generating a report and graph on a dynamic way. And this particular dashboard you can, so if you want to do this, there are a lot of programming involved. See, this cannot be done that easily, like collecting the data and pushing. So Power BI basically helps you in avoiding all those programming efforts, and you are able to generate the dashboard.
The next side, how we can handle the Excel and Power BI. Main difference is that in an Excel we can handle a small and medium data set, and many slow with the large data set. Power BI handle everything like small, medium, and large data sets, and optimize the processing data is always updated. We can in Excel we can use basics as pivot table and graph. We can use the advanced interactive and dynamic dashboards. Manual update and limited automation are in the Excel part. In the Power BI, automated data refresh and scheduling are also be there. As of now, you can also see in the ET market part. So every minute the pricing are increasing or decreasing. It can be also used by the auto refresh. We cannot do in the Excel. We need to include use the macros functions in the Excel, but in the Power BI, if we write any query for the refresh, it automatically refresh in every seconds. So that's why Power BI is mostly used in the ET market part instead of the Excel. Here are the main limitation of the Excel.
So,
We can, but we need to write the coding.
so anybody who has used the Excel, he knows that I put some basic data, I create a pivot table and create a graph. I make the corrections in the data, my graph and the pivot table changes. But there is very limited things you can do it. But the data from the different sources, the different format, and maybe a natural language query kind of things is not being supported by Excel. So Power BI basically helps you. So even if you don't know much about the Excel, if you just know that there is an Excel file and these are the data available, you can bring that data into the Power BI and start working with it. So you should be able to generate a lot of things without much efforts. So he has shown you the entire workflow. So yes, Pujanji, so
How step one is how the Power BI desktop is opening. I have mentioned how the basics of the Power BI has been shown in the step one. After downloading, you can see the Power BI desktop, like get connected data and things. Then we can move the next step in the step two.
So you just say that get data. You can sign in to collaborate and share the content in case if you want. And these are the various tutorials and all these things are available to you. And there are so many templates available. Using those templates also, you should be able to do it. So this is your first screen when you get into the Power BI.
Second slide is click on the get data and list of data sources available in Power BI appear as per our.
When you click on this get data, which is there on the first screen, are you able to see it? Power BI desktop ke below, there is a icon for get data. The moment you click on that, you get this.
Click on the get data, list of data sources are available in Power BI appear. As per these are the many things that we can import only one thing at a time. In some of these get data, there is a license version. we need to purchase the license, and then we can import the data here. Click on the connect, the data can be imported successfully of any data like Excel, TXT, XML, JSON, for text.
So if you see this, the Excel, your XML file, JSON file, then maybe a SQL, that SharePoint folder, the Nexus database, SQL, Oracle, you name the database and there are mounting 197 different types of data source, which is being supported by Power BI. So be it be a file, be it be a database, it can be a online, offline, text, graphics, mathematical data, whatever data you talk about, that data you can bring, combine with various sources and generate the report. So he has selected that Excel data he want to bring in. So click on the Excel data, click on the text or CSV and upload the file. So your Excel file gets into the Power BI. So that is basically get the data from Excel to Power BI. So today he is basically, in fact, I told him to restrict himself with a single file. So what he will do is that he has shown you that how a data from a single file comes into the Power BI. So the data has come into the Power BI and now he will be able to do further query.
There is a key steps involved in transforming data in Power BI. Firstly, we need to data cleaning part. We need to remove the data, identify and delete the duplicate rows, handling the missing values. Then we need to filter data for the specific row based on that conditions. Another part is the data shaping. Like we need to change the data type. If you need to convert integer to the float, that can be done. Text to the number to number date columns. Rename the columns. Like modify the column name for clarity purpose. Split the column. Separate a single column into multiple columns part. And merge the table. Combine the data from multiple table using the common key. We need to use only common key for that from the multiple table while merging the tables.
So if you want to remove a duplicate in Excel, you really have to work hard. You must know good amount of Excel and formula. Here you just go and say remove duplicates, it removes. Missing values and you basically set the thresholds. Remove rows with too many missing. So there are 50 columns or let's say 15 columns and you say that any row which has got a missing data more than 5 or 6, you remove that row. That fellow is not required. Or maybe his phone number and mail ID is very important for me. If that is missing, that data has no value. So you can define that if this column and this column is not their data, then you remove that row. So this is how basically you can do and very quickly, it doesn't have to work hard for filtering and cleaning. So before you do any processing on the data, you need to clean the data. So that is basically what is happening with data cleaning. And then there is a data shaping. So you convert your column to an appropriate data types. So text, number, date. So see basically in Excel, the data which you entered, and if you want to change that data type and look and feel of the data, you really need to do a format and do a lot of things. Here, it can be done very simply. And sometimes the column name is basically, you can rename. So even though if you use the formula, those rename things become automatic. So splitting and merging table become very easy. Only need is you need a common key.
After the saving, the key steps involved in transforming data is continue part. Advanced transformation if needed. Create the calculated column, add a new column based on calculating using existing data. If we have the old data, we can also make the another column on the calculator's basis. Apply conditional logic. If you want to go for if else conditions, then we can also use apply conditional logics. Apply changes and load the data. I have made all the changes and given the screenshot how we can load the data after that. On satisfying the transformation, if all the part has been completed of cleaning, preparing, then transform the data and then we can load the data on the screen. As of now, this on the database has been changed, I have made it. Then we can move to the next step.
So
how the data is working.
Once the data comes into it, you get into the transform data. See, still it is not loaded into the Power BI. So in the transform data mode, you do all those modifications, and once you see that everything is fine, my data is neat and clean, then you say load it into the Power BI. So after that, the data comes into the Power BI.
How the data is loading from the sheet one. Create after the click on the load button, creating the connection in the model. Connection is working on that.
So this takes little time. It all depends if you have got more than one heterogeneous data, maybe your SQL data is there, some PDF files are there. So there, basically, it takes little time, and once it comes into the system,
The data is well loaded in that part. Once the data is loaded, all the column will be listed on the right hand side of the software.
so your sheet one has got these are the columns. Your time and speed and all those things are basically mentioned here. And basically using this, you can select one of this format, apply what are the fields that you want to push onto this graph, and based on that, the graph is generated.
Yes, definitely.
Next.
Right. Yes, there is a next slide. Let's select the stack column chart from the visualization box. I have used this stack column chart. I have mentioned in the number of column per month that I use the stack column chart in that. Because we have used that, I have shown the 3 months data like January, February, and March with the number of answer call N and yes. It is showing all the data right. If some agent selects some name from here, they can only see their data only. Yes, scatter bar chart.
So there is a highlighted report of a stack column, and you see there are so many graphs there, and below that it tells you that what is your x-axis. So you say x-axis data is a month, and what is your y-axis? So it is a count of the answer. So that is basically y-axis, and answered yes or no and small multiples. So based on this two data x and y, it generates the report. You see there is an answer yes and no, that is also marked. So that is how basically the data more than one field can be fit into the particular graph.
As per our since the get data is a SQL Server database, you can also import the SQL data server here. By clearing the connect button present at the bottom, you can see the following windows from here.
So
like
my,
we can use the server part like MS SQL, Oracle, then import and click on the OK button.
so my Excel data is already there. I'm trying to bring the SQL data also in. So keeping that data there, you can bring the SQL data and have a look.
Yes. Again, there is a difference between import and direct query. There are two options available in data connecting mode, import and direct query. Both mode defines the data approach to pull the data in a Power BI desktop. I have shown in the next slide the import and direct query difference. You can also see that in the next step. I can show the import and direct query. Main method is that create a copy of data from the source and store in the Power BI data model. Data is not stored in the Power BI data model, and Power BI spare the data on the fly from the data sources like Azure, Cloud, AWS. Direct query can use for that. You need to refresh a report in order to get the current data from the source. Data is always updated in the direct query. Once the data is stored in model and change in the data source would not affect the Power BI report unless you can refresh it. Direct query, any changes in data source will affect the reports. In that we did not need to refresh, it is directly updated on the basis. Import is available for multiple data platforms, and direct query is only available for subset database platform supported by the Power BI, SQL, Azure, SQL database, Azure data warehouse, Oracle, Teradata, and SAP HANA. They are the mainly connected with the direct query of the Power BI. We cannot import any other things in the direct query for the Power BI.
So if it is a small data and if it is not on cloud, maybe or data other than what has been mentioned, the best way is to do import only. But in import case, whenever there is a change in the data source, you need to do a refresh and it takes time. So your dashboard updation won't be with a single click. It takes little time, but it updates.
Yes.
But in a direct query, the moment data change and the moment the fellow who is using data at the source when he save, the moment he save the data, immediately it comes to Power BI directly. There is a live connection between source and the database or data available in the database of the Power BI.
It is a main slide how the layouts look like the text box on the right side of the report. I have used some harvesting of the, if we are connecting some database, they can also put the same graphics here only. Like
So,
the visualization.
so if you see the visualization and just below the visualization, there is an axis. So you say that drag the data field here. So if you want sales, you drag it here. Legend, drag the data field. So it is only dragging the data and pushing it to it. So basically what happens, you just select the graph, whatever graph you like it or this, and it basically tells you the various parameters. And here you have various fields available. Just drag and drop it into the system and basically it will generate the graphs, it will generate the reports, everything for you. And then that report become one screen like this. Then you select the second report comes here. Then you do the third report, the third screen comes like that. And then all these reports and the graphs that you have generated in Power BI, that you push it into your dashboard. So that is how basically dashboard is generated.
In the next step, follow the same steps to build the charts and save the reports to the local. I have made some report of the call center and I specifically screenshot for the same. Like how the agent stats are coming, number of call per month, average satisfaction rating as per the agent's name, received call and as per the date time, as per the date. To publish the report, we need to share, we need to click on the publish, then we can publish the report on the servers. Then everyone can access on the same time.
So publish, there is an icon there, last on the right top corner, next to Copilot. On the top, you see there is a
Publish icon.
so moment you click on the publish, all the reports, drafts that you have generated get published.
You need to have the Office 365 account to publish the report to the web. We need to have the some company email ID or if the student has some specific ID, we need to purchase the some license for that. Our personal Gmail ID cannot work for the same. There is the type of text function in Power BI like aggregation functions, counting function, logical functions, information function, text functions, and date functions. There are 6 major types of the type of text function in Power BI. In the next step, I have explained everything of the aggregation functions difference. This function only work on numerical column and generally can aggregate only one column at a time. It can only use a sum, average, mean, max, sum x at the only one time. Counting means the count function, different elements such as distinct value, non-empty value, and table one, like count, count a, count blank, count row, and distinct count. In the logical function, we can use the operators such as and, or, not, if, and if error. In the condition column part, information is information functions is that there is a value in knowing the data type of your column. If I want to know in which column I have used the is blank, is number, is tag, is non-text, and is error, depending on the function to provide the data type. Text function, this text work very similarly to the Excel function that have the same name, like concatenation, replace, search, upper, and fix. And the date functions is that these functions are used to calculate and extract the information from date value like date, hour, now, year, month, and weekdays. If the client only wants the date, I can only do the text function of the date. If he want hours now and weekdays, I need to make the text query as per the client suggestions for the date functions.
One.
Yeah. The example of date function I have mentioned that the sum return a decimal number after the summation of value in the columns. For an example, like sum sales amount. I have mentioned the example for the same. Some table and expression. There are, if you are using the both table and some are using, return the sum of expression evaluate from each row in a table, like the filter internet cells, periods of 5 and fits, like count. The count function counts the number of cell in a column that contain a number like date and text as a count shift date. And distinct count means the distinct count function count the number of different cells in a column number, like distinct count resellers underscore USD and a sales order number is the example for that. These are the example of the DAG function minimum we have seen the upper theory part. That's right.
So you must understand how you define the source table. Then there is a simple parenthesis and there is a square bracket. Okay, so how many number of left parentheses, you put the right parentheses and square bracket also are balanced. And there is a way where you have to understand that how the data is basically fed in. So where you use the single. So when you say last row, you just see that distinct count, reseller say underscore USD. So that is basically the one field. Within that you are talking about another one. So you put it into a square bracket and then complete the curly bracket. So that is how basically you do the nesting while writing the text function. So are you able to, do you want to take the other questions? Can I say something on these 4 minutes, Udan Singh? Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah, you unmute and talk. So this is just the beginning. In the next session, what we will do is that we will take a Excel worksheet and maybe if you come offline, things will be better, where people will be able to, we will load that software onto a few machines and people should be able to do experiment on their own. Because see, this software is very difficult to teach in a platform like this. However, we make an attempt. Unfortunately, that Excel file which he's trying to bring into it was showing one field mismatch. So somehow we could not do that. But otherwise, you know that how exactly it is being done. Yes, Udan Singh sir, want to say something?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
My suggestion to Mr. presenter, Mr. Pujan, या क्या नाम है इनका?
Pujan, Pujan.
हाँ, उनके लिए है कि जैसे एक जो मैं समझ पाया कि दिस इज ए टूल फॉर डाटा एनालिसिस एंड मेकिंग वेरियस रिपोर्ट्स विच कैन बी यूज्ड टू द मैनेजमेंट फॉर टेकिंग डिसीजंस.
Correct.
तो ये हर कंपनी का, हर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का कुछ इंटरनल डाटा होता है, बहुत सारा दूसरे डाटा भी लेकर के एनालाइज करके उनकी टीम जो है मैनेजमेंट को देती है, जो डिस्कस करके डाइवर्सिफिकेशन, मर्जर या बहुत सारे क्रिटिकल डिसीजंस में यूज करते हैं अपने रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से. अभी हमको मिस्टर पूजन से ये इसमें जैसे मान लीजिए कि हम एक वर्कर हैं, काम कर रहे हैं सॉफ्टवेयर में, तो इस स्किल को गेन करने से हमारी सैलरी में कितना राइज होने के चांसेस हैं, प्लस ये इसके यूजर्स कौन कौन सी कंपनीज हैं, इसका कंपटीटर टूल भी है जैसे, तो मार्केट में इसका जो है यूज कितनी कौन कौन सी कंपनीज करते हैं. एक दो स्लाइड जो है इस पर भी होना चाहिए कि राइज सैलरी का फ्यूचर एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या है, प्रमोशन का एक्सपेक्टेशन क्या है, और कितनी सारी कंपनी इस टूल को यूज करती हैं. तो ये
Sir, I'll answer you. There are two tools which is mainly used in the market. One is the Power BI, another is the Tableau. So these are the two products which is being used in the market, and both of them are competing. Being Power BI from Microsoft Microsoft has bundled this product along with it, and they basically give some version of Power BI free to the customer so that they basically get a feel of it. Once they get a feel of it, they would like to do something more, and then they have to buy a license. Now, anybody who is handling with the data, anybody who is taking a decision, so if you say that if somebody learns a Microsoft Word, what would be the increment in his salary? So I don't think that by learning one tool, there will be an increment in the salary. When you learn the tool, you basically increase your value in front of management and you are able to give a better performance. And that performance definitely will lead to your promotion, will lead to your increment. So I think that this is the demand of today. People should learn this. We have Sri Samir Bhai Pandya, the owner of KGIT Institute, being such a senior person. He take the interest in learning each and every tool. We have Mr. Samir Tumi. He is basically the owner of Paramount Pollution System. He is also Vishal Gajjar has joined from Poland. He is also a very keen learner. He is expert on various CAD software. He was our students way back. In fact, there are many people I may be knowing them by face. I am not able to recognize. So I thank each and every people who has joined this particular program. Wait for our second series on Power BI, where see today's objective is basically to tell you that Power BI, there is a tool called Power BI exists, what is capable of doing and what it does and how it does. Now, if you want to do it, then maybe we will have 1.5 hour or 2 hour session, maybe the next session, where somebody will, and the people who join, what we will do is the people who register, we will push some sample file, we will push the link where he can download the software and open that file, and he will be able to do along with the faculty so that the session become meaningful. And those who come offline, for them, we will have a machine and where every software will be there. So we will put about 15 to 20 machines here and maybe another 30-35 machines in the second lab. So we will accommodate the people. Today we have about 46 people who has joined online, and we have about 16 people who have joined offline. So this was reasonably okay count of the people. And I thank all those participants, all those people who has joined this particular program. My special thanks to Mr. Pujan. He is a very senior developer on Power BI. And since he is a developer, I have to be with him to make sure that people understand. Experts speaks and expert talk a lot, and this is basically a beginners crowd, and that's why I intervene in between to make sure that the people who are basically for the first time they understand. There is a question. Yeah, Udam Singh sir, thank you very much for being with us. So we have Mr. Abhay Dalal, the Chair Singh is there, Amit Kumar, and Gomit Survey is basically the uh, very early person who has joined quite early with us. And I request all of you to be with us and join this particular program. We have Mr. Shailesh Kumar, the Senior Technical Director from Gandhinagar. He also has joined this program, and he is basically the main pillar for supporting the Roshani Technology Foundation for doing various activity. So he is basically a supporter of our noble cause. And I thank each and every person who has joined this particular program today. And I request all of you that be with us. We are having a very interesting, useful program on every Saturday. And there cannot be a better way of spending Saturday or celebrating your Saturday other than attending this Saturday evening talk. So with this, I end this program. We have 1 minute.
Recording in progress.
Deepak sir, in the chat window, I have set the Power BI desktop download link. Okay, definitely.
And those who would like to get the link to download the Power BI and maybe some sample Excel file, please share a mail to me. I'll send the link to you. I'll just, my mail ID is roshni@roshni.net. Any other question? Anything anybody would like to? Please help me with the link to download the Power BI. You would like to answer this question live. Yeah. So I think we already answered this. So thank you, Mr. Pujan, for being with us out of busy schedule. He is basically busy throughout the week till late night doing development on Power BI. He is really an expert working with number of projects, and he is one of the most successful developer of Power BI. And we will take his help. And maybe in the second series, he will spend more time for the hands-on of the people, so that at the see today people have understood that what Power BI can do to you. Next time you will be able to do with the help of Power BI, so that you can make use of this power. So we'll meet. So be with us for the series of program. And next time the yoga guru is wonderful. He is basically a man with practical experience, and he is going to give you a lot of good tips. So be with us next time also. And thank you very much for being with us. And with this, I end this program. Thank you.
Welcome, sir, for giving these opportunities.
Recording stopped.